This is the Huey Alert podcast with Craig and Shelley Huey, bringing you the tools to transform our nation and culture, the intersection of faith and politics.
Hi, it's Craig Huey, the Huey Alert podcast. I'm so glad you're joining us. Now, Shelley's not with me today. She'll be with me next time, but I'm so excited because I have a special guest. So oftentimes when I speak, like for example, I speak before a group of pastors, who's on stage either before or after me? It's a historian and author and speaker named Bill Federer. And Bill has amazing ability to talk about the Christian's perspective of history and how it relates to us today. And he's written so many great books on it. And I wanted to have Bill as a guest because Bill has some special knowledge about a controversy that has exploded. Now, the controversy centers around the Kennedy Center and what President Trump did with the Kennedy Center. But it has far greater implications than just the Kennedy Center. So, Bill, welcome to the program.
Hey, Craig, great to be with you.
Hey, it's great to see you. And listen, I've been hearing rumors about what is going on with the Kennedy Center. And, you know, it got the news because the Kennedy Center, as far back as I can remember, has had some of the most disgusting propaganda plays and events, all at taxpayers' expense. It's been one of those institutions that has some good entertainment, but a lot of entertainment that's ideologically driven. And then something amazing happened. $45 million of U.S. taxpayers' money goes to pay for the Kennedy Center, and President Trump decided, we're not going to do this propaganda anymore. And what we're going to do is we're going to clean it up. We're going to put on a new board. And he appointed, 14 new people. And we're going to make it great entertainment. And so my wife and I have looked at the calendar. We go, oh my gosh, this is great entertainment. It seems to have been cleaned up. But there's been a controversy. And that controversy, I'll let you kind of explain. It deals with an old friend of mine and Shelley's named Floyd Brown. Tell me what's going on here.
Right. So Floyd Brown has been involved in conservative Republican politics for over 40 years. And he is one of he was the Charlie Kirk of a generation ago.
Right.
He's tall, but he was Ronald Reagan's youngest hire.
Yeah.
And so he met with Ronald Reagan a dozen times and was a youth ambassador going around the world underneath the State Department. And he even ran the Reagan Ranch for a while.
Yeah.
And then he was involved in the Contract for America, Newt Gingrich, and going around campaigning. And in the meantime, he started a media company, the Western Journal, and then got involved in radio. And and then he's involved with the Tea Party movement.
Yeah.
And spoke all across the country for the Tea Party movement, and then the MAGA movement.
Yeah.
And he even wrote a book called Counterpunch. And I traveled with him several places around the country where he very articulately was motivating church members to get off the pews and get involved in electing Donald Trump.
Yes.
That this is critical, that all the things that we value and hold dear are up for grabs if Kamala gets in. And so because of his tireless work for Republican conservative causes, he was rewarded and put on the administration of the Kennedy Center.
Yeah, I can attest. I've known him personally. A great guy, and somebody who's super smart and able to do the job he was appointed to. So tell me what's transpired.
And he even helped run Kerry Lake's campaign
Yeah.
right there in Arizona. And
Yeah.
so here he is. All things are going good
Right.
until Ric Grenell and the person that's under him had CNN bring to their attention that, sure enough, Floyd was going around the country mobilizing Christians to get off the pews and vote.
That's
And
what he does.
they said that something he said was anti-gay marriage,
Yeah.
and they fired him. It's
So
like, what?
let me back up here because you dropped a name, Ric Grenell, and listeners and viewers may know that Ric Grenell has been a longtime political activist. He started in California. He has become a good associate of President Trump in many ways. He now has a title. What is it, Bill? Special envoy as his designation. And what Rick does, he's smart. He's articulate. He may run for governor of California. I think there's probably a 75% chance he will. And yet he is conservative, but also he hates evangelical Christians, conservative Catholics who are involved in politics. Bill, I know you ran for Congress once. I ran for Congress too. And when I ran for Congress, Ric Grenell wrote me a letter telling me that he would destroy me and he would make sure I would never get elected. He had that much animosity, and I didn't even know the guy. But he knew because I was a Christian, I should not be representing any office, be a holder of an office or be involved in the GOP in California. And so now we hear that as chairman or president of the Kennedy Center that he's been appointed to, he was instrumental in firing Floyd Brown. And he was firing Floyd Brown because of the marriage issue. Is that correct?
Oh, right. So CNN had a video clip of him speaking at a rally that I was at as well. I spoke at as well. Mm-hmm. And thousands of people. And he was explaining to them that, we need to get involved, that there is a frustration of grassroots people voting for, over the 40 years of him being involved, they'd vote for people that were conservative, but once they got to D.C., they would become part of the swamp.
Right.
And so he talked about the people in D.C. that are running the national party sometimes don't hold the same views as the grassroots people.
That's right.
Particularly when it comes to social issues. Mm-hmm. And one of those social issues being the LGBTQ agenda. And so he was telling them that a lot of times the staffers for congressmen will be a part of the machinery of D.C., and they largely, many times, are part of the homosexual community in D.C., and they'll sidetrack social issues, and so they never get passed. And so the grassroots people are like, how can we vote for these conservatives and then they go to D.C. and then they don't perform what we voted them in to do? And he goes, well, this is sort of why their staffers can decide. They're the doorkeepers of what comes into the congressman's office and what doesn't. And his explanation of that was part of this video that CNN got and said, see there, he's anti-gay. Now, he has never done anything against gays. He's the nicest guy, and he treats everybody the same. He's completely fair.
Yes.
But he does have personal views. Everybody has personal views.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that
he holds to a biblical worldview in regards to marriage, biblical worldview in regards to sexual identity. But he does not hate LGBTQ. He does not hate those who stand for traditional marriage. He just is an advocate with a point of view that's based upon a biblical doctrine. Is that correct?
Right. And to show how mainstream his view is, in 1996, Bill Clinton signed the Defense of Marriage Act,
Yes.
defining marriage as one man and one woman.
Yes.
This is Bill Clinton signing the Defense of Marriage Act, one man and one woman. Obama, when he debated Alan Keyes, when Obama was running for Senate, said that he supported marriage being one man and one woman. Obama. And then in 2004, George W. Bush was campaigning, and he said that he believed that marriage should be a man and a woman. 2008, Obama is running for the Democrat primary, and he's in California, and he's at Rick Warren's church, Saddleback Church.
Right.
We're there with Hillary, and both Hillary and Obama said they were in favor of marriage being one man and one woman.
Right.
And he said, well, it's, it's sacred, it's sacrosanct, it's above my pay grade. He's making all these statements. In 2006, there was a marriage amendment to have marriage be between one man and one woman, and it almost passed. It failed by 3 votes. John McCain being one of those, Susan
Right.
Collins, and the reason that they didn't vote for it was they said it needed to be a states' rights issue.
Mm-hmm.
They did not say that they were in favor of gay marriage. They just said it should be a states' rights issue.
Right.
Which is sort of interesting because Rob Portman, when he was senator, he pushed through a national recognition of gay marriage. And it's like, wait a second, I thought it was supposed to be a states issue. Why are you making it a federal issue?
Right.
But here, when Obama was running for president, there was not one Democrat or Republican, senator or congressman that was openly for gay marriage. We're talking 2008.
Yeah.
Everybody held the views. Matter of fact, just recently, Southern Baptist Convention, June 11th, 2025. It's the largest Protestant denomination in America.
Right.
And they voted to have marriage be one man and one woman.
Yes.
So the views that Floyd holds are the same as the largest Protestant denomination in America. They're the same views that Obama held in 2008, that Clinton held in 1996.
And they're the same views found in the Word of God. So let me ask you this. Are you saying that because of his own personal belief with a Christian worldview outlook, that he was fired just for that? And what are the implications beyond just Floyd being fired? Is that going to happen to other Christians that are in government? Is he going to be targeting these other evangelical Christians? What's your concern?
Yeah, it can't help but send a chill through all the federal departments. That the idea is we're going to get rid of the wokeness from the Kennedy Center. And what's this wokeness that's still hanging on? It needs to be addressed. I mean, here we have somebody that's a 40-year conservative Republican Trump supporter.
Right.
Up there campaigning for Trump, working hard. Matter of fact, and he was rewarded for his hard work by being put on the Kennedy Center administration there. And it's just wrong to have him be fired and just pushed under the rug. That here's a 40-year warrior just pushed under the rug because he holds views that the majority of voters for Trump held. And so here we're coming up on midterms. And we can't let our foot off the pedal,
right.
off the gas pedal. If Christians sit home and just let a couple congressional seats get flipped.
Right.
And Hakeem Jeffries gets in as speaker,
right.
He'll immediately start impeachment trials and subpoenas and investigation. It'll kneecap the Trump agenda.
Yeah.
So the midterms is really critical. And so losing issues going into the midterms are what? Boys in girls sports.
Right.
That's a losing issue.
Yeah.
Right. Transitioning children in public schools without the parents knowing about it. That's a losing issue.
Yes.
And firing loyal conservative Trump supporters for holding mainline Christian views on marriage, that's a losing issue. We shouldn't be embracing losing issues. And this is one that can be fixed. I mean, I think
so.
That
how is this fixed? What's being done to fix it? Number one, and number two, what can our listeners or viewers do in regards to this whole issue, so this doesn't spread to other Christians and Floyd can get his job back?
Yeah, I think people need to respectfully call Sergio Gore and ask him to give Floyd his job back.
Okay.
So Sergio Gore is in charge of hiring 4,000 positions in the administration.
Okay.
He's the one who put Ric Grenell's name up to be the head of the Kennedy Center. So he has a reputation for getting along with people.
Yes.
So it doesn't fit the message of we're going to get rid of wokeness. And so I think a polite phone call to Sergio Gore at the White House and say, please have Floyd Brown be reconsidered and put back in his position. He's a really great 40-year Republican champion Trump supporter. And he shouldn't be allowed to just be fired and pushed under the rug and forgotten because he holds views that the Southern Baptist views. Lots of Baptists voted for Trump, right? It just hold views that Obama and Hillary held just as recent as 2008. So this is something that can be addressed. It needs to be addressed, but it's up to people responding and saying, let's make a phone call to the White House, ask for Sergio Gore, and say, please reconsider the firing of this really good Trump supporter.
Yeah.
this conservative
I'd like
Floyd
everybody
Brown.
listening and watching this podcast to make that call, to encourage others they know to make that call, and to be able to send this podcast to others where you could help them, help you make calls. So the fact is, we have the ability to help Floyd, but we also have the ability to stop this from happening elsewhere within the government, where certain people could be targeting Christians that are public servants. And I think this is a classic case where we can't be silent, but we've got to do something. Bill, I want to thank you so much for your time, for your information, and I'm confident we're going to have a lot of people making that call. And everyone, until next week, when Shelley will be back with us, we'll talk to you again soon. Thanks. There are two ways to contact the White House. One is the comment line, where you can leave a message, and that is 202-456-1111. Again, that is 202-456-1111. Or you could call the White House switchboard and ask the operator to connect to the comment line or specify Mr. Sergio Gore and let him know what you think and that you would like to have Floyd Brown back. That's 202-456-1414. Again, the White House comment line, 202-456-1111. The White House switchboard, 202-456-1414. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us this week. We are listener-supported, so please consider partnering with us by donating at craighuey.com or by signing up for our free newsletter. We look forward to being with you next week. And don't forget to share this podcast with others.
Hi, it's Craig Huey. And you know what's exciting today is that in Washington, D.C., we're finally seeing the dismantling of the deep state. Never before have so many ideologically driven bureaucrats been fired. And what is happening is going to be transformational. You see, these ideological bureaucrats are the ones who are embedded within the federal government, the massive government complex where that is basically destroying our freedoms, involved in censorship, against religious liberty, the ones that are helping hurt our economy. Because what these ideological bureaucrats want to do is they want to transform our culture and our politics through the government. And now, with the disruption of Trump and the cabinet picks, that is being dismantled. So what is the deep state? And when you hear about this, what is it? Well, that's why I wrote this book called The Deep State, 15 Surprising Dangers You Should Know. In this book, I talk about what the deep state is. I explain how it began. I talk about what they did in the last 5-6 years. In this book, I talk about Obama's secret army, the group of bureaucrats that Obama implanted to be able to subvert Trump from ever being able to hire people he wanted, and why their plot did not work. And you're going to read about so many different things to get an idea, even of media collusion with the deep state. Want to know what the deep state is? This is the best way to learn and find out. So take a look on your screen how to order this book. I'd be glad to sign it for you. And if you use that QR code, or if you use the text to be able to buy it. If you buy it on Amazon, you'll get it maybe a day or two sooner, and I won't be able to sign it, but you can get it also on Amazon. You can get an audio version of the book as well. And so be sure to get my book, The Deep State, 15 Surprising Dangers You Should Know. Thank you.